Well, I do think it's really cool. I'm in the technology industry, so definitely working on QR codes and doing something new is really neat. And I think definitely the next era, like you said, it's been so long since you've had, old badges that don't really do anything anymore.
This is going to change America. We're going to all be in touch with our friends. Police should be our friends. They should not be somebody we're afraid of or concerned about interacting with.
Especially the ability to pull up all the information just by scanning the QR code. Right. So that's pretty cool.
This morning we started with our day shift and we handed out cards to those guys, explained what it was, how it worked, and sent them out in the field. And we've already had people, interacting with the officers. We've actually had some officers that I thought would have been reluctant to use it that are using it. And we've had a lot of good positive feedback from the citizens. We even had one citizen use the report feature to fill out a little survey and say how well her interaction was with the police officer that she scanned the card with.
Prior to me coming back to patrol, I was part of the detective division. So I know there when we were dealing with victims and if they wanted to follow up or add some more, something to the report, they have to call us, try to get in touch with us, or maybe email or something. But now with that new technology, if they're able to just, put it on the information off the smart card and shoot it right to either the patrol officer or the detectives, it's a lot easier. So I think they're pretty excited about it.
Well, when you guys handed me the card, I actually thought it was really cool. I would have never really even thought that that's something that you could do.
Non-confrontational situations, this is going to be your preferred method.
Not only with the QR code, but with that awesome feature of being able to tap on the phone. I thought that was really cool because, everyone's super tech savvy nowadays, and it's just another avenue for somebody to be able to get to this product, which would be, the case numbers, everything like that, and the officer reviews, which is an awesome feature. So my initial thought process was like, wow, this is actually a really cool product. It's way easier for them to connect to us as a department, I believe, and I definitely think it makes our job a lot easier.
So one of the big things that we're starting to get into really is analytics and looking at, who's having, the most contacts, who's sharing information and things like that with the public and what occasions they're doing it. And so we're hoping that, with the police smart card that we're going to be able to do some data mining and pull out some of the information that's going to give us some leads as to how we're doing out there with particular officers and how we're relating to the public.
I think it has every opportunity to make policing easier. If people want to be critical of policing and say like, hey, they did this, this, and this, it's like, okay, well, here's your opportunity to provide critiques of what my service was to you. And then if people want to be more involved and come up with, if they think of information later or anything like that, it also provides them a venue as well. I feel like it gives the community the opportunity to be a part of the police department.
So there's a concept called police legitimacy, and basically what it says is the public allow us to police them, and they will only allow us to police them while they believe that we're legitimate. And legitimacy comes from the transparency, okay? So a police agency that, when they have some dirty business, keeps it all behind closed doors and says we're not gonna talk about it, they lose that legitimacy with the public. A police department says, look, we're an open book, we'll show you everything warts and all. That's the ones that the public really tend to trust. And so that's where this legitimacy comes from with the transparency is, if you have a bad interaction, we want to know about it because we don't want you to have a bad interaction. So we want to look into it. Was it a one-off, the officer's having a bad day, or do we have a problem that we as an agency need to take care of?
You have a good night.
My first thought was, how is this going to interact with police work today? Because I agree, a lot of people is now all digital, smartphones, Androids, iPads. It was interesting to see how a smart card could be integrated with my job, because usually I just write, a case number on a note card, right? And I just give it to you. It's interesting to see how we can get technology to be interactive with our customers or with civilians in a more advanced technology way, which is actually very helpful because now if they have an extra comment, they can just type it in there and send it to me, and they don't even have to email me. It's just automatically already there.
One thing that we're really excited about is that you've talked to other agencies about the smart card, but we are the first ones to have this. And a lot of these agencies, big agencies across the country, are kind of sitting watching little Alfreda to see how it goes, and that's kind of cool. What we see in the future is this is going to be kind of a bridge between the police and the citizen to create more of a personalization that they kind of start knowing the police officers that police, the neighborhoods that they live in. And so we're no longer just some stranger in a uniform. They know who we are. They've got us, their contact details in their phone, and it becomes more of a personal relationship. And that personal relationship in the future is something that's going to help with the perception of the police with the public.